Main rising. What type of horse is he? What feel does he give you?
Well, generally he's a bit of a teddy bear. He's good to do anything with. He's a lovely horse with a great character. He's a good gait speed. He'll relax. He'll do anything you want him to do. Yeah. But the feel he gives me in a race is it's perfect, really. It's
obviously going to be very different there on Saturday. Like in Hong Kong, they walk from their stables. They're into the quiet saddling area where they've got the air conditioning and stuff like that. So it's going to be very different at the back of Randwick. Do you think you'll handle that pressure?
I knew coming here to Australia it was going to be different. Yeah. Firstly he's in the quarantine centre and he has to get on a horse float and be trucked to the races. So that's something different for him to start with. Yeah. Not that he hasn't been on a truck in Hong Kong because he goes from Sha Tin to Chong Fa and back down, but it's a different situation for him going to a race doing that. Yeah. And then 50,000 people at the race course in a tie-up stall where he can see many other horses in an environment he's not familiar with. It was always going to be a little bit of a risk, knowing that the horse's character is a little bit the way it is. And then that's what he was like at the barrier trial. He got himself very wound up. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know what he was doing. He was sweating. He was agitated. They had to get him out of the tie-up stall. They had to walk him around. They couldn't even put the saddle on him in the tie-up stall. But fortunately, they've got the box out the back that Winks used to use and some of the Japanese colts have used as well. So if we need that, then that's where he's going to go. And hopefully he can remain a little bit more relaxed, having going there the second time around. And that was part of the reason we wanted to have the barrier trial, to make him more familiar with the environment. But it is a risk. It's something I'm worried about. I won't get to see him before the race this time, whereas last time I did get to see him. So, of course, straight away I got the disappointment when I could see him, but I'm not going to see him until he comes into the parade ring this time.
You touched on the trial. Were you happy with the trial?
I thought he could have trialled better. To be honest, he's trialled much better than that for me every other time I've ridden him. But he got a little bit lost. He was on the outside. I kept him wide away from the other horses. After he went 200 metres, he was pricking his ears, he was having a look around. And I just don't think he switched back on. Yeah. I tried to bring him back over to the race next to the other horses to get him to switch back on, but it didn't help. He just floated the whole way.
Zone.
He was in that zone where he was just chilled, and unless I gave him a proper smack with the whip, to wake him up, he was just floating along.
Yep. The track condition, like it was a soft 5 in the morning, obviously early morning. I'm not going to tell you there was dew on it. It's going to be very different on race day. It'll be dried out. But the surface is obviously different to Sha Tin, what he's used to. The grass is a lot longer, lusher, where Sha Tin's flat and, it's more like a bowling green. So is that a concern or?
Everything's a concern. Every little piece plays its part. Yeah. He trials on the dirt. In Sha Tin, so he has got some type of feel with a softer track and softer conditions, but it was a foreign track for him this time at Randwick, and to my feel, he didn't handle it 100%. But it's the same thing. He was carrying a little bit of weight. He wasn't focused on what he was doing. He's floating along, so maybe on race day it's a little bit drier. He's in the zone a little bit more, and he's a bit fitter. It could be a different case, but I would prefer the track to be as dry as it could be for him.
Without giving too much away, what are your thoughts about the race?
I think it's a strong race. These proper horses. It's going to be run at a solid speed, which will play into my horse's hands. Yep. The back markers are going to be able to get into it as well. So I think at some stage, every horse is going to look or feel like it's got some chance.
Yeah. What about the plane trip over? Did it feel like there was a lot of Hong Kong people travelling to sort of experience what's going to happen?
The Great Migration. They've all come down, and they've been coming down for the last week or so as well. Obviously, because they had the sales earlier in the week. Some of the contingent have been down here with the owner for a little bit longer, and then you get the ones that are starting to float in now just for the race.
Okay, so who are you competing for? Are you competing for Hong Kong or are you competing for Australia?
I'm representing Hong Kong on this horse. Australia is where I grew up. It's my home. Cut my teeth here. But I've built the larger part of my career in Hong Kong, and I'm riding a Hong Kong horse representing Hong Kong. I feel I've got the weight of a nation on my shoulders. Yeah. He's a short price favourite. He's meant to be the world's highest rated sprinter. People in Australia haven't been able to see him in the flesh before, so it's exciting for them to see him. And I just hope now that the horse performs to the level that he can perform at. Yeah, it'd be great for me to win the race, but I think the horse deserves to show everyone what he's capable of. and it'll be part of his legacy if he's able to win it.
You've ridden at some great tracks, you've ridden some unbelievable horses. What does winning the TAB Everest mean to you?
It could be the pinnacle of my career, actually. I've been thinking about this more so the last week because the enormity and the gravity of the situation is starting to set in now. It's a race that hasn't been around too long, but it's grown in stature very quickly. It's now one of the elite races in the world. Obviously, you've got the amount of prize money that is on offer is, you know, it's the richest race on turf. The quality of animal that's in the race, the fact that Australia breeds sprinters, you know, everything about the race is suited to Australian racing. You've got the young crowd coming through. It's getting eyeballs on it, not just from within our racing bubble, but from the wider community now as well. So it really has served its purpose, but these are races that you get one crack at. It's not like a premiership where it's year after year after year. This might be the only chance I get to win it. You know, Kane Rising might come back again next year, depending on how he goes this year, so I might get another go. But to only have one chance at winning one race in your life, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that.
Okay, what keeps the fire in Zac Purton's belly? Like, what keeps you getting out of bed? Like, you're not a natural lightweight. You've obviously had your niggling injuries and your health problems. You've got plenty of money, we know that. So what keeps the fire in the belly? Is there a stone that's unturned for you?
No, there's not. I'm just competitive. I just like to win. I want to win. I work hard for everything I've got. I continue to work hard. I haven't dropped the bar. I haven't got lazy. I've still got the same drive to be successful. The fear of failure. I don't want to fail. Like, I love winning and I need to win. Like, it's just in me to be successful. And when that fire is not there anymore, when the injuries are too much for me to handle anymore and I've had enough, well, that's when it'll be time to stop. But yeah, I went through a period where, of course, I was thinking about retiring, and it felt very comfortable to retire. Like, I was actually looking forward to it. I'd set the date. I knew when I was going to do it. And in my mind, I was ready for it. But then my wife had other ideas. Nicole wanted to stay in Hong Kong for a little bit longer, and Maria left, so she wanted us to try and take advantage of that situation, which we did. So it was really hard for me to refocus at that time when I'd mentally prepared to sign off and to walk away. And then you have a horse like Kane Rising. He keeps you motivated. It's not hard to be motivated when you're riding a horse like him.
All right, well, best of luck on the weekend. Thank
you. Cheers.